خلق الإنسان والجان وعلمه البيان والتبيان والصلاة والسلام على من جاء بالقرآن وعلى آله ومن تبعهم بالإحسان أما بعد. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, today I want to talk about purpose of life. Many people wonder why we are here, what we should do. The Quran and Sunnah provide clear guidance on this essential topic. My dear brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُم مِّن رِّزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينُ. I have not created jinn and man except for this date. They should worship me. I do not ask any sustenance of them, nor do I ask them to feed me. Allah Himself is the sustainer and possessor of power and might. My dear brothers, a long journey of mankind is not only for the purpose of food. Food is only provide energy to the body and preserve life. The purpose of life is that we should thank of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the real creator of all universe and life and death. My dears, some people believe that achieving leadership and worldly power is the aim of life, but it is also train of thoughts and totally temporary. We saw a lot of leaders thrown by stone and put to the prisons. The real happiness and satisfaction with the pious people who have a real understanding of the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And people love them. And people love them from the core of their hearts, not by force. It is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put love of such people in the hearts of others. And they come near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with prayer and His remembrance. My dears, angels also worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but their worship is natural. They have no alternate, and they doesn't disobey the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the other side, everything in the universe will busy in the glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Holy Quran said, the seven heavens, تُسَبِّحُ لَهُ السَّمَاوَاتُ السَّبْعُ وَالْأَرْضُ وَمَنْ فِيهِنَّ وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ حَلِيمًا غَفُورًا. The seven heavens and the earth and all the things, there are enchanting hymns of His glory along with His phrase, وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُمْ, but you don't understand their hymns. إِنَّهُ كَانَ حَلِيمًا غَفُورًا. The fact is that He is very forbearing and forgiving. It's mean that everything worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but unintentionally. It is human being and jinn who could worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intentionally with free will, kill their evil desire and living the ways of shaitan with its all attraction. My dears, it's mean that. My dears, the term worship also has a vast meaning in Islam. Prayer, fasting, zakat, hajj, service of humanity, earning, visiting patients, earning livelihood by allowed means of income, business, agriculture, labor, even government by justice. All are different kinds of worship. My dears, you could please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the mosque, in your house, in your shop, and on your dining table. If you perform these things according to the teaching of Islam, Our faith must be on the real doer of things, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you follow the way of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in your eating, drinking, talking, sleeping, and rising up in every step of your daily life, you can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you practice these things, our hand will be busy in the work, but our mind and heart will be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Eastern poet Dr. Allama Iqbal said, ज़बान से कह दिया ला इलाहा तो क्या हासिल, ज़बान से कह दिया ला इलाहा तो क्या हासिल, दिल जान से मुसलमान नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं. मेरी ज़िंदगी का मकसद तेरे दीन की सरफराजी, मैं इसीलिए मुसलमान, मैं इसलिए नमाजी. May Allah grant us wisdom to understanding. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah.